Hello, and welcome to Lunchtime Live. It's the regular lunchtime slot on a Friday, based at St Francis Church, Ashton Gate in Bristol. My name's Jennifer Mackerras, and I'm streaming today from my home and my teaching studio, and I'm going to be performing music for recorders. I've been asked by the organisers to make a couple of requests of you before we begin. First of all, please do press the button marked subscribe. That will support the Lunchtime Live channel, and it helps to just raise the profile of the concerts. We're inviting donations to the concert series. That's on the website, which is lunchtimelive.co.uk. That's lunchtimelive.co.uk. And finally, please don't be shy. That you have the opportunity to leave a comment or a message during the concert. Please do. We'd love to hear from you. So I'm going to play a number of pieces on a number of different recorders today. And hopefully what I want to do is show off the range and beauty of music for the instrument. And I also want to transport you in this time of lockdown and being in houses. I want to transport you to different times and places. So the first place that I want to take you is quite pastoral, really. The piece that I'm going to play is called Pagan Piper, and it's by Christopher Ball. He's an English composer, and it's for tenor recorder. That's this one. And it's based on a poem by Christina Rossetti, in which Pan reaches down into the water of a stream and picks up a reed and fashions it into a pipe. And so what I want you to imagine is a stream and reeds and trees and birds in the trees. And I want you to imagine and listen as you listen to the music, and imagine Pan picking up the reed and making his pipe. So that was Pagan Piper by Christopher Ball. Just move the music. So I'm not playing a Descant recorder for you today. That's the one that everyone remembers from school and remembers being very squeaky. So I started today with a tenor recorder. I'm now moving to one of the trebles that I'll be playing for you today. This one's at concert pitch. It's at A440. And I'm going to be playing a couple of Caprices by a player and composer called Hans Martin Lind. And he wrote these two short pieces. They're part of a set of four. He wrote them in 1966. And they are very much pieces of their time. They have that sort of late, mid to late 20th century obsession with playing around with rhythms and playing around with tonality. But I think they're just lovely, lovely little pieces. And I really hope you like them. So that was two Caprices from the set of four by Hans Martin Lind. So recorder music tends to fit into sort of two broad categories. You end up with either pre-Baroque, Baroque and pre-Baroque, so that's sort of 1750 and earlier, or 20th century and 21st century. Because of course it got overtaken by the flute. And so it means that you tend to play music that's either quite early or quite modern. And I tend to play a lot of modern music. You've probably noticed that. And that's because when I was growing up, the town I grew up in, the specialist recorder teacher moved away just as I became really interested in the instrument. And the closest teacher was about 500 kilometres away. And so I ended up having lessons with a composer. He was actually a trombone player, of all things, but he was a composer. And so I learned a lot of modern music. But it means that this concert's going to be modern music because that's what I love. On the other hand, I don't want to neglect the early stuff. And I'm very, very lucky that one of my colleagues, Timothy Lanfear, who plays with me as part of the Bieber duo, has recorded a Telemann canonic sonata for you. And it's a beautiful piece, a canonic sonata. In other words, it's one line played in canon by two people. Of course, he's done this in lockdown, so he's playing with himself. So I'll just start the video. This is Timothy Lanfear playing a Telemann canonic sonata. back to me. So that was Tim playing Canonic Sonata by Telemann, and I've switched back to my tenor recorder, and I'm going to play for you. It's a lovely piece by an Australian composer. You can probably hear from my accent that I'm Australian by birth, and there's actually a really very flourishing and quite large recorder community in Australia. And this piece is called Ikaho, and it's by Queenslander Malcolm Tattersall. And it's an absolutely lovely piece based on a Japanese 17th century poem. So I'm taking you to Japan. And this poem is very short. I shall read it for you. 7th century, I apologise, not 17th, 7th century. The poem is: the wind that sweeps down Ikaho. Some days it blows, they say. Another it does not blow. Only my love knows no time. So, one of the joys of this piece is for the listener to listen to it and work out when is the poet on the mountain. When is the wind blowing? When does it not blow? When is he thinking about his love? So this is Ikaho by Malcolm Tattersall. So that was Ikaho by Malcolm Tattersall, and as you can tell, that piece uses a lot of the modern extended techniques that appear in a lot of modern recorder music. Things like singing down the instrument, flutter tonguing, playing around over the top of the windway. All of the things that little kids like to do when they first get a recorder and they get told not to. And then we get to do them again. So, moving on. Most of the time I don't do solo recitals. I play with my gang, which is Pink Noise Recorder Quartet. And at Pink Noise gigs, it always causes a great stir when we get out the contrabass. And it wouldn't be a recital if I didn't get the massive beast out. It's built like a scaffolding pole and weighs about as much. And I actually can't physically get all of it in shot. And I hope it doesn't block me too much on camera. It's a beautiful instrument. I'm very lucky to be borrowing it. And I'm going to play for you a piece called Misery Surrounds Me. Very jolly title. And it's a piece actually for bass recorder. I'm playing it on the contra because it sounds gorgeous. And it's an anonymous piece from the 15th century, but it's been arranged by an Australian composer called Benjamin Thorne. So I hope you enjoy. Misery Surrounds Me by Benjamin Thorne, or arranged by Benjamin Thorne. So, just put this back. You have to actually be very careful with it because in rooms that don't have a very high ceiling, you end up in danger of actually bashing the recorder against the ceiling. Happily, I don't have that problem, but I still always look up. So, like I said, I don't normally do solo recitals. I've normally got my gang with me. And actually, Pink Noise were meant to be doing a concert for St Francis Church in April. And of course, lockdown happened and we had to cancel. And we were very sad about that. So we decided to get together, well, not get together remotely and make a video, a lockdown video, same as lots of other people are doing, terribly fashionable. But we've made a video of a piece that we love called Glasswood Spiral. So this is me with Timothy Landfear, Benjamin Wesley and Ellen O'Gorman, each recorded in our own homes and put together and sound engineered by my lovely son Matthew. This is The Glasswood Spiral by Rory Wishart. There you go. So that was Glasswood Spiral by Rory Wishart, and I hope you enjoyed that. And I really want to thank Ben and Ellen and Tim for doing that. I hope you really liked it. It'll actually be available on the Pink Noise YouTube channel as well. So there's time for me to play one more piece, and in the theme of the day, I want to transport you to one more location. The piece I want to play, it's another Australian piece. It's by Simon Wade, and it's called Turtle Beach. So the place I want to take you is a Queensland beach. So I want you to imagine sand, lots of sand, and bright sun shining down, the surf crashing against the beach. And I want you to imagine that there are a couple of children, probably two, at least one, definitely one, at least one. And these children are on the beach and they're playing, and they see a turtle making its way up onto the beach. And they're very excited, and they want to play with the turtle and make friends with the turtle. And they realise that the turtle is there to lay its eggs and that they're disturbing it. And so they back away and leave the turtle and the beach to themselves. And what I want you to do as you listen to this piece is listen to it and really imagine the beach and imagine the sound of the birds. You'll be able to hear birds in what I play. And really imagine this turtle and the beauty and the peace and the quiet of this remote location. So that was Turtle Beach by Simon Wade. So that concludes today's Lunchtime Live event. Please come back at 1:10 each Friday. The next performance will be, it's entitled Peace and Joy, and that's with pianist Sandy Middleton. That'll be next week on Friday, May the 8th. Please do keep an eye on the website for the rest of the schedule. Like I say, there'll be concerts every week. A final message from the organisers. Please, it's not too late to leave a comment, and in any case, please do subscribe to the channel and do consider making a donation. So you'll find the button for donations and also the schedule at lunchtimelive.co.uk. So please do check that before you go. Many, many thanks. So thank you for coming to my teaching studio, and thank you for listening, and goodbye until next time.